Hello, YouTube. Meow. Okay, I made a build video like a day or two ago. I think it was like 2 days ago now, where I showed like my build before it got to like any mirror tier stuff. I think today I can say that my build is like fully complete, and now I can show like the build in its final form with full mirror tier gear. So I have these double mirrored scepters from the Echo shop. I was thinking about making like a mirror tier wand or rune dagger or something, but these exist already. The fee is not that bad, so I just went and bought them. I actually don't know what the fee is on them. I had a friend who quit the league who wanted to sell them, so he sold them to me for 2 mirrors. Well, actually, he sold to me for like 1.5 mirrors, and I gave him my 2 wands that at the time were like worth like in combined a mirror for the basis, or like 0.8 mirrors. I made this mirror helmet, which it is up for free mirror service. I might go and finish this helm with like locks in the future. I'm 50-50 on it because a tier 1 ES roll is like not a lot better than just a crafted ES, so it is kind of like whatever to do, but I might do it just for fun. I remade my chest by making this insane Twat Regalia with global defenses on it, 28 quality, then double T1 ES, T1 int, T1 cold, and then hybrid res. And actually remaking this chest, as well as doing some other changes that I'll show in a bit, has allowed me to not only be overcapped on all my reses, but I'm 60 overcapped on cold and 60 overcapped on lightning, which is letting me like click all altars basically. I can now I can click the cold and lightning altars just fine now in mapping. I've also reached 10k ES, which was one of my goals. There's definitely ways to still improve that and get even higher, but I need to POB it and figure it out a bit. The gloves have stayed the same. I do still want to recraft these. I'm gonna make them tier 1 ES. I just haven't gotten around to it. I do have the currency to do it though, so maybe I'll do that right after this video. Because I'm sitting like on 120 div and 12 locks. And you'll see why we have the locks in a bit. My mage blood is uncorroded. Because of something I did, we can actually go for implicits on the mage blood. So I might try to get myself a like double implicit mage blood in the future. But I'll need to see exactly how it's gonna work. And I swapped to these two-tone boots instead of the Chaos Dress boots. Just because, again, I wanted to get all of my reses overcapped to the point where I can click any altar. And then on top of all of that, the one other big thing I did is I did mirror both my amulet, or like I missed it, both my amulet and my ring. For the amulet, I went for +8, and this took 20 locks. On the 20th lock, we got the +4. And in the process of going for 20 locks, we did actually see 3 positive, not once, but twice, which is absolutely insane. We saw 3 positive more than we saw like the ×2 multiplier. And then on the ring, I wanted to go for 4 positive. We are using CI, so the life does not matter. But I wanted to have 4 positive with crit multi, int, cast speed, and then the crafted strength and dex. Which this took, I believe, let me see how many locks we have left. This took 18 locks to hit. We got this on the 18th lock. And in the process of getting this, we did see 4 positive twice before we eventually got 4 positive with the correct prefix not being positive. We unfortunately did get a bit of a low roll. I'm not 100% sure what the multiplier is on this, but it looks like it's about a 1.7, which is almost a min roll. The lowest it can be is 1.5. Maybe in the future, maybe in the near future, I'll try to fix that and get like a higher roll. The main reason I would want to get a high roll is right now we have 184 strength. If I do not have the implicits from my mage blood, I don't have enough strength to use a level 21, like a level 20 still skin. I need to de-level it again. Maybe trying to be able to fit in level 20 skill skin is a reason to like remiss this, other than just like finding things to spend my money on this league. And then some changes I did to the build is as you can see, the ring is different from what it was before. We now have int on it, T1 int, instead of T1 all res. The reason I did this is I instead replaced my cluster with an all res cluster. Because when I was going for the mist, I figured that like both clusters kind of work and like do the job. But if I'm going to have like a lot of the attributes, like, you know, a lot of the things, instead of having a lot of ORES, which is like hard to do something with, it makes more sense to have just a ton of int on my ring, because then I can tattoo my full tree. Every single thing you see on the tree is tattooed with ES, and despite that, I still have 360 energy shield, which is how I was able to get over 10k energy shield now. And in the POB, if we bring that up, we are sitting now at about 630 million DPS. This is like level 100 POB. The reason I moved the Lethal Pride here is I figured I want to have this Mind Drinker for the recover 2% mana on kill, and I would like to have the Soul Thief for recover 2% energy shield on kill. This isn't actually necessary anymore, because I ended up getting myself a new Watcher's Eye, and this is a 3-mod Watcher's Eye. This is probably a multi-mirror Watcher's Eye, which I got for 50 divines. Actually, a friend of mine even found it and bought it for 50 divines for me. You know, it was a very good snipe from him, which is Hatred Crit, Fizz's extra Lightning Wrath, and then gain energy shield per hit with Discipline, because I did change my aura setup. The new setup we're doing right now is we have a level 84 Fallen Reverend with Zealotry Wrath, and this Fallen Reverend is just a generic Doriani setup, you know. I gave him Defiance of Destiny to keep him alive. I gave him Doriani. He has an Asana for double curse on hit. He has just a lot of you know, tanky stats like life regen, resistance stuff. Just things to keep him alive, you know, replica albums. Exact same story as like the previous video. And he's giving me Wrath and Zedge aura. So in my own aura setup, I'm only running Discipline, Hatred, and Herald of Ash. Herald of Ash feels really good for the explosions. I would definitely recommend running that. Hatred's for the crit, and also because of the cold damage you're getting from Hatred, I pretty much get into my maps, I put a Penance brand down, and everything is instantly frozen with Blast Freeze. I just don't take damage. It doesn't matter what map you put me in, like everything's just constantly frozen, so I'm never getting hit by anything to begin with. And even if I do take hits, like, you know, I have 90 max stress, I have 10k ES, I'm pretty tanky. On top of all of that, I think those were the main changes that I made to the build. Yeah, I think everything else is pretty much the same as the last video. I'm still gonna keep playing this build, keep iterating on it, see if I can find improvements. But I'm now at the point where, like, I kind of just put the map in. It doesn't matter what the fuck the mods are on the map. I don't even look at it. I have, you know, my wrist scarabs on it. My 2 wrist scarabs. I go into the map, and everything just instantly dies and explodes on my screen. And, like, if I need to go AFK, I just go AFK in the map. I just out-regen it, either way. I'm very, very happy with the build. It was just, you know, just a build that I cooked up on my own, because I personally have always been a massive, massive enjoyer of playing Penance brand. I think it's a really fucking cool skill. But I don't like playing male characters. Like, I don't like how, like, Inquisitor looks, you know. I don't play an old dude. That's just like, not for me personally. Like, I'm a very aesthetic person. So pretty much going into this league, I did decide that, like, no matter what happens, I want to, you know, I want to play a female character, and I want to play Penance brand. And it seemed to me like the Golem rework and stuff, that Elementalist P brand would be extremely, extremely strong. So I'm happy to be able to, like, put it into motion and just make a build that I think anyone who plays can just have a good time with and enjoy. But anyway, that's gonna be all from me today, YouTube. I hope you guys have a lovely day further. Also, just a side note, if you're not doing the Abyss strat, like, I did a bit of Dune's Breaching, like this build can do just fine. You can just drop all 5 of these points. I only took this because of the caster mastery, you know, to open a chest. You can just drop these 5 points, and, like, honestly, I would just put it into, like, energy shield, just become tankier. You don't need more damage. When you have this much damage, you really don't need more damage. You know, you can put it into this, get some more tankiness, get or if you really want more damage, like there's a nice crit multi here. Maybe you go for this. Maybe you're gonna go for this. You definitely have some options to go with. But anyway, that's gonna be all from me today, YouTube. Thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm a bit sorry about, like, I guess the gaps between videos. Like, video 1 is like, oh yeah, here's my character, sorry, 2 mirrors of gear. Video 2 is, oh yeah, here's my character of 10 mirrors of gear. I can talk over about like how I upgrade the character personally, but this league has just been, I've kind of just been making multiple mirrors a day. You know, doing like profit crafting, doing like mapping strategies, sort of just print, things like that. For me, going from our initial starter POV, which was this one, you know, this is like the 5-div POV, my progression of upgrading was I first made the Archdemon Helm, just a cheap variant of it. You know, it's like a 40-div, it's like a 40-div craft with average luck. I got it in like 10 divines, I got super lucky. Then I've gotten a bit annoyed being like a low-life penance spender, so I dropped Explode from my chest, and I instead got an Explode Flask and went for Twilight Regalia. Then at that point, I just started buying things while they were so cheap. So, you know, I got Explode. I was like just looking every day for Explode wands if a cheap one popped up. And I bought both my Explode wands that you see like in the last video's POB. Like these ones. I just bought these for like 30-div and 40-div. I bought myself a helical and a focused amulet when I think focused amulets were like 19-div, helicals were like 8-div. I kind of was just buying things while they still were cheap when I was making this setup. And just have had my currency like snowball since then. I will still be coming out with crafting videos for the rest of the gear. We already let out one of the videos on how to make the helmet, which is also like the most important first upgrade you do in this build. But the rest of the stuff isn't too difficult to craft, and I'll slowly start pumping out videos for those. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. Bye-bye. Like, comment, subscribe, all that usual stuff. You can catch me live on Twitch. I stream basically every day from 5 p.m. GMT plus 2. Bye-bye, YouTube.